There was a time long before social media, long before modern technology, long before the world became loud and distracted, when human beings looked inward, not outward. They looked at the stars, at nature, at silence, and asked questions that still exist today. Who am I? Why am I here? What happens beyond the physical world? What is consciousness? And from those questions, spirituality was born, not as a religion, not as a trend, but as a search. A search for understanding, a search for meaning, a search for truth beyond the surface of life. And today, in a world more connected than ever before, people are once again searching for those same answers because, despite all modern progress, many people still feel empty internally, still disconnected from themselves, still searching for peace, and perhaps that is why spirituality is rising again. Welcome to the Aura World, where we explore the deeper truths hidden beneath modern life. Because today we are diving deep into spirituality itself, its origins, its evolution, its practices, its modern transformation, and most importantly, what spirituality actually means beyond trends and labels. What is spirituality really is? Spirituality is often misunderstood. Many people think spirituality means religion, rituals, crystals, meditation, or mystical beliefs. But spirituality is much deeper than that. At its core, spirituality is the search for connection with yourself, your consciousness, your existence, life, and something greater than the ego. It is the desire to understand life beyond survival and material success, because eventually human beings begin realizing that external achievements alone cannot fully satisfy the inner self, and that realization becomes the beginning of spiritual awareness. Beginning of spirituality. Spirituality existed long before organized religion. Ancient humans observed nature deeply. The sun, the moon, the seasons, birth, death, dreams, silence, consciousness, and they realized something mysterious existed beyond physical reality. Different civilizations approached spirituality differently. In ancient India, spirituality became deeply connected with meditation, consciousness, yoga, and inner awakening. Ancient Hindu and Buddhist traditions explored mindfulness, ego, suffering, enlightenment, and the nature of the mind. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Socrates and Plato questioned existence and the soul. In ancient China, Taoism emphasized harmony with nature and the flow of life. Indigenous cultures around the world connected spirituality with nature, ancestors, and energy. Even though traditions differed, the core search remained the same: understanding existence, understanding consciousness, understanding the self. Religion versus spirituality. Over the time, spirituality teachings evolved into organized religions. Religions created structure, traditions, communities, moral systems, and cultural identity, and for many people, religion became a path toward spirituality, but spirituality itself is not limited to religion, because spirituality is personal, it is internal. Someone can follow religion deeply and be spiritual. Someone can be also explore spirituality outside the religious systems. The difference is often this: religion usually focuses on collective belief, spirituality focuses on personal experience and inner understanding. The human need for meaning. One reason spirituality has always existed is because human beings naturally search for meaning. People can survive physically yet still feel empty emotionally and spiritually. Modern life often teaches people achieve more, earn more, consume more, compare more. But eventually, many people realize external success does not automatically create inner peace, and that realization pushes people inward toward spirituality, toward self-awareness, toward deeper questions. Spiritual practices through history. Throughout history, people developed practices to quiet the mind and deepen awareness. Meditation. Meditation became one of the most important spiritual practices, not because it is mystical, but because silence allows people to observe themselves clearly. Meditation trains awareness. It helps people step outside constant mental noise, and slowly they begin understanding their thoughts instead of being controlled by them. Yoga. Originally, yoga was not just physical exercise, it was a spiritual discipline. A way to align body, mind, breathe, and consciousness. Ancient yogic systems focused deeply on inner balance and self-realization. Prayer. Prayer has existed across nearly every spiritual tradition, not only as worship but as connection, as surrender, as reflection. For many people, prayer creates emotional peace and inner grounding. Breath work. Many ancient cultures understood the power of breath. Breathing practices were used to calm the nervous system, deepen awareness, regulate emotion, and alter consciousness. Even modern science now confirms how deeply breath affects mental and emotional states. Silence and solitude. Many spiritual seekers throughout history spent time alone intentionally in mountains, forests, temples, monasteries, not to escape life, but to understand themselves without constant distraction. Because silence reveals what noise hides. Modern spirituality. Today, spirituality looks very different. The modern world is fast, distracted, overstimulated. People are constantly consuming information, yet mentally exhausted, emotionally disconnected, and spiritually restless. That is why many people are now turning toward meditation, mindfulness, healing, psychology, self-awareness, energy work, manifestation, and inner growth. Modern spirituality often combines ancient wisdom, psychology, neuroscience, philosophy, and self-improvement. Social media and spirituality. Social media has also transformed spirituality. On one side, it spreads awareness faster than ever. People now discover meditation, mindfulness, emotional healing, consciousness, and philosophy easily. But there is also a danger. Spirituality can become aesthetic, performative, commercialized. People may chase the appearance of spirituality without doing the deeper internal work. Because true spirituality is not about appearing enlightened, it is about becoming aware of yourself honestly. Spirituality and psychology. One major modern development is the connection between spirituality and psychology. Many spiritual ideas like awareness, ego, emotional patterns, mindfulness, trauma, self-observation are now overlapped with psychological understanding. Modern psychology increasingly recognizes that inner peace, emotional regulation, purpose, and self-awareness deeply affect human well-being. This is why spirituality today often feels less like blind belief and more like inner understanding. The real purpose of spirituality. At its deepest level, spirituality is not about escaping life. It is about understanding life more clearly, understanding our mind, our emotions, our patterns, our fears, our consciousness, and our connection to existence itself. It is not about becoming perfect, it is about becoming aware, because awareness changes everything. Why people are awakening today? Perhaps modern society created comfort externally but emptiness internally. People are overstimulated yet disconnected, constantly entertained yet emotionally restless. And slowly, more people are beginning to question life deeply again, not because they are weak, but because something inside them knows there must be more than endless distraction and survival, and that search is spiritual awakening. Final impact. Spirituality is not owned by one religion, one culture, or one belief system. It is a human journey, a search that has existed for thousands of years, a search to understand who we are, why we suffer, what creates peace, and what truly matters. And perhaps the deeper you look inward, the more you realize the answers you were searching for outside were slowly waiting inside you all along. If this opened your mind, subscribe to the Aura World, because here we explore the deeper truths behind consciousness, emotion, reality, and human experience. Thank you.